Hello friends, acquaintances, and enemies of all ages, my name is Combat Bird, and today's Year of Kirby video is going to be about the game that started it all, Kirby's Dream Land. This little simplistic game was released in 1992 on the Game Boy. It had you playing as a pink puffball named Kirby, who had a small pool of moves he could do, such as flying or inhaling enemies and shooting them back out with great force. The game at its core is a basic get from point A to point B platformer where you must overcome a variety of obstacles and enemies along the way. Now this was actually my first time playing this game, and the first thing I thought was, wait, how come when I inhale enemies I'm unable to take their abilities? It was at this point that I learned that in the very first Kirby game, there was no copy ability whatsoever, and that it wasn't added until the next game in the series. As a huge fan of Kirby, this blew my mind, and I felt so silly having never known. But this didn't turn off my interest in the game or anything, I just continued with the tools I was given. Kirby controls as well as you could hope for a Game Boy game. The D-pad moves, A jumps, and B inhales. However, another thing that threw me off and even resulted in me dying numerous times was that in this game, pressing jump multiple times does not allow Kirby to fly. You have to press up on the D-pad for Kirby to go into his flight mode. This took me longer to get used to than I'd like to admit, but eventually I got the hang of it. The way the progression of the game works is making your way through decently large levels, going through doors that will take you to other areas, where you will eventually get to the level's boss. There's actually a decent amount of variety in these bosses and how you fight them, although at its core it usually comes down to wait for the boss to give you a projectile, shoot it back at them, and try to survive the fight. There is an exception to this where you fly around using one of the power-ups. That's right, even in a game that seems pretty basic with no copy ability, there are still items with numerous effects. There's Mike, which kills every enemy on the screen when touched, the Spicy Curry, where Kirby is able to shoot fireballs in rapid succession, and the Mint Leaf, where you can shoot puffs of air as shown in the boss fight I mentioned. I did want to mention that the fight with King DDD was a little bit disappointing, as he doesn't have a very large pool of moves, and his difficulty tries to stem from the fact that he has a large amount of health. However, he's actually quite easy to kill for that reason. Anyways, Kirby himself is quite a simple character and was originally intended to simply be a filler while the developers came up with something better. But after a while, he just kind of grew on the developers and actually suited what they were looking for quite well. He was created by Masahiro Sakurai, a man also known for the Smash Bros. Series. The name Kirby comes from the attorney John Kirby, who helped Nintendo win a lawsuit over similarities between Nintendo's Donkey Kong and Universal's King Kong. All of these things fell together in a perfect way to get this little guy started, and today Kirby is one of Nintendo's biggest IPs, leaving a legacy of great games behind him and pushing to still create great and innovative games for years to come. I hope you all enjoyed the first Year of Kirby video. I have a ton of ideas for videos I want to cover over the next year, so let's hope it's a great one. Thank you so much everyone, and as always, have a wonderful rest of your day.